Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. So today I'm finally bringing you the third of the 3 Crocodile Dundee knives I picked up. I got the 10 inch, the 13 inch, and then this 18 inch. Now I tried to keep them all pretty close to the same, like they're off-brand makers. And I will put the eBay store name in the description below. But sounds like something rattling. So I don't know. We'll have to get into that. But I was hoping to get them all in D2, and I know the 10 inch was in D2. This one, the other one was an alloy. This one's in D2. Let's see here. So we're looking at an overall length of 18 inches, blade length of 12 inches, a handle length of 6 inches, which is a very, very nice handle length, the way it's supposed to be. And it says Damascus design twist patterns. This is not Damascus. They sell a bunch of Damascus stuff, so I'm wondering if they just put it there for the hell of it because it says layers 512, but this is D2, therefore it is not Damascus. It does say it has a Rockwell of 50-55, and let's take a look at this guy first. It smells okay. Smells okay. It's leather. It's cheap leather, but it's leather. And you have that right there to hold this 18-inch Crocodile Dundee knife. Now, everybody knows the Crocodile Dundee knife. Hold on, I'll be back. The blade shape is different. You see where this is very straight from here to here and then curves into the clip point. The real one is going to be shaped like that, where it is thinner here and then opens out, and you're going to have this guy here, and you will see in my version right there, you'll see that it holds that same style of blade shape. This one, of course, being one that I had to customize because I broke off the pommel. But this is the Crocodile Dundee knife made by Down Under Knives. This is the Outback. This is phenomenal, the closest version of the movie knife you're going to find out there, and a spectacular blade. So let's get rid of that real quick. It even has that crocodile sheath. So while this one is not a replica, it tries to stay in the same Crocodile Dundee family, and that's how it gets it. So when you're looking at the handle, you're thinking, wow, that's really nice. But then look at that. Look how skinny it is here to here and how fat it is here. That is not normal. This is pregnant. It looks like a larvae. This is a cocoon. I mean, my hands are ginormous. My fingers will not touch my palm on a regular grip. This handle is so fat. It's just goofy. So my question is, how is it rattling? Because everybody knows this is a stick tang, right, that runs through here, and it'll generally get past the leather, and like this, it'll be a little tiny stick tang with a little screw end at the end, so this can be screwed on. So it's got a little rat tail. But I can't feel anything loosening, and generally if you have something screwed on, that means it's held, it's pulled together, it's tight. So what could be loose? What could be rattling? What could make that noise? I have no idea. I have no idea what's causing that, because I can feel zero loosening anywhere in this grip. It's really tight. But we're going to go out and use it. I hate the handle. I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely hate how bulbous that is. It is so not comfortable. It's like you're holding a baseball bat too far up. That's what it feels like. Just crappy. But because this is the 18 inch, we're not going to do a bunch of smaller skills. I'll do a little feathering, stuff like that. But what I really want to do, because it's the bigger size, I just want to go out and hit with it. And let's see if the rattling exposes itself further or if it'll stay that way. All right. So let's get a feel for this thing. I mean, it's properly weighted, but wow, that rattling. I really wish I knew what part of the knife was making that sound. But, golly, it feels like maybe this is shifting, this like fake bone piece, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, that's what the 18-inch looks like. And if you just saw this, you'd think, hell yeah. But I'm not getting a real hell yeah vibe in the hand yet. All right, let's do some gravity drops here. We'll do 4-foot gravity drops. We'll see how that bite goes. It is a swedged tip, so it should be okay. As a matter of fact, you can see the rat tail comes through. What they did is they screwed it on, then they cut it, then they polished it rather than just make it to fit, which a lot of people would do. So that one is exposed, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So a couple of 4-foot drops, and you can see that because of the weight, the bite is almost a 1/2 inch. That's not too bad for, you know, something thick and big like this. All right, let's do a couple hard downward throws, and hopefully it will not fall apart. Ooh, that made some noise. Oh yeah. All right, that went in there really good though. Oh, I don't know how that didn't stay. Oh, I knew how that one didn't stay. I threw it harder. Oh, this is really, really loose. There we go. There we go. The handle makes it really weird to throw because it's so wide, but I don't know why. I'm so confused. If that is there, that means all of this is compressed. And the only thing I could think of is that they made the hole inside of here to hold the stick tang too big. And that's why it's rattling. But it's so weird because nothing's loose. It just doesn't make sense. That's not how knives work, but this one does, I guess. All right, we're only going to be at the station for a minute, and then we are going to take it over and hit. Shave sharp. Yeah, I mean, it breaks hairs, but I'm not going to call it shave sharp. No. No, it's not shave sharp. We want to know if it is get a fire going sharp, and that it will easily do. So you can see it really, really does nice work feathering. For such a big knife, I have to say that little skinny area in the front really allows you to give it an okay grip. And your push cuts for feathering work out splendorifically. A lot of them fell, but you can see what's on there. Let's do some pulls. We'll use the side grip, utilizing that nice fuller. And ooh, we got to find the right angle. That's a sharp angle. Ooh, that is a weird angle on pulls, but it's going to work. And work indeed. So you will be able to use this for fine nesting, so you can use it for feathering, and this feels like a 90, so you should be able to have no problems striking a ferro rod if you were to buy one, which right off the rip, I don't recommend, but to each their own. All right, listen, just that. It's rattling. Now, because I am a professional at this, I'm not getting paid from this company or to review this knife. I get paid in general from the videos. But because I'm a professional, I realized it was a good idea to wear flip-flops with a blade that is loose. So if this thing comes apart and hits me in the foot, remember, I'm making money doing this. Oh, yeah. I gotta say, as a chopper, this thing is a hellion. So I can't deny as much as I want. Oh, wow. I was about to say as much as I want to not like it. I can't deny it, but this is going to give us a really, really good look at the tang, and I can see some awful stuff in there. It looks like a shroud. And that is not good. I'll show you what I mean. I'm still gonna finish this even though I have a fear of it breaking off and smashing me. All right, well, it chopped really well while it was really well, but there's a different story to this. And in order to show you, I need to try and take it apart. All right, it shouldn't have been that easy to get that going, but it was. And let's take off this pommel here. And you can see the rat tail that's sticking out there as expected. So you can see that's all that is. It slides in. Now, whenever you see a knife like this that has an end piece in a smooth thing, it always is going to have a rat tail, or the stick tang is going to have a hole with it pinned through there. Always. That's just the way they work. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. The bad thing is the rest of this construction. And we are going to try and wiggle that off of there somehow without damaging myself, because that's usually the case. Now, the hole here is really well done. It's a proper size for that. So it leads me to believe that the rattling was definitely not at the bottom piece. Because this shattered, I'm guessing there was something loose in there, and the impact was breaking it from the inside. Now remember, I do not break knives on purpose. Never would. I damaged one on purpose one time, almost on purpose, like just trying to see what would happen if something, and I felt terrible for it. So I don't like to break knives on purpose. So this one broke on its own. You saw it. So taking it apart is a necessity. It's not that I just want to damage something, but I'm going to use a pick hammer and try to break off some of this plastic. All right, so generally, when you have something in this kind of construction, you would want your stick tang to come past the leather. This one goes barely past the leather, but you'd want your stick tang to be all the way up here with just a little knob to screw this on. That one, this is not built that way. Let's see if I can get this. I might have to unscrew it. Wow, I cannot believe I can believe the construction on this, but it is terrible. So it looks like I have to actually screw this, because the screw hole they actually did right. It's everything else they did wrong. I thought it was going to be shrouded all the way through the leather. This is some of the worst knife construction I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, this is going to take me a while. This is getting weirder and weirder. It is really hard to get this off, because it looks like they put the guard on there, that quilling, and then they might have welded things, because it does not want to get past that weld. So I might have to try and hammer that off. That's not working very good. I'm going to have to cut this off. This thing is on there so rough. It is so bad. But let's talk about the shroud. So you see this right here. This rat tail goes all the way down to here. And what they did is they took a piece of metal, the end of this tang, they closed it in, they brought it up only an inch. And what they did is they made it hollow, right? So they cut out a groove. They put this in between that groove and then welded it in poorly. I thought that if they were going to do the shroud right, the shroud should have been like this, all the way up, with this in between welded through. But that's not how they did it. It's not how they did it. So I'm going to put the link down anyway below to this guy's page. That's a pure maybe inch and a half of, I mean, look, you have less than an inch. You have maybe a half inch, maybe it is an inch, a half inch somewhere in there of solid tang before they cut the shroud into it for only another half inch. That is just crazy. That is crazy, terrible build quality. But it is what it is. And that's why we do these reviews. So in case you are scouring eBay and you are looking at this Crocodile Dundee knife, you know, do not spend it was like sub 50, just under 50 bucks. That's not worth $15. That is an absolute terrible, terrible knife. I will put the seller's information down below so you can see it for yourself. And the only reason is so you know not to buy any knives from that guy. So that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Honesty sucks. Until next knife.